What is up, folks? And welcome to the Azure Arena installation number 3. We've got a very, very exciting first to 10 for you today. I'm joined today by...
What up? My name's Danarai. You all know me by now. You're not going to get rid of me. I've done way too many things in this community. How's it going?
So just to check, can everyone hear me? Did everyone hear Danarai there? We got sound all good? Looks like it.
Let us know. I can get closer to the mic if you want for the classic, Dan ASMR stuff if you want.
Tapioca King coming in with the online taunts already. I'm
Love you
sensing
too,
a
King.
first to 10 between Tapioca and Dan coming soon. Okay, great. Glad that we've got sound all sorted. So, guys, we have a sick first to 10 for you today in the Azure Arena. DarthSeppius, character Cervantes specialist versus Andyroo. Probably our best Zas player in the EU. Is that allowed? Can I say that?
I mean, I'd say he's best Zas in the world. So
Yeah, no, to be fair, there's quite a bit of competition, but he's definitely up there. So guys, just to let you know, for the first to 10 today, just like with the first one that we did with Holycarp and Silas, we've got a Matcherino set up, and we've got free Matcherino code where you can donate 50 cents for free, using the Azure Arena 2 code. So please check out the Matcherino. The bot will be sending the link to you. So whenever you see it, get onto it and give the money for free. It helps out our players, allows us to give back to the players, and generally allows us to run some quite hype sets. So Dan, Cervantes versus Zas, Andy versus Darthseppius. How are you feeling about today's first to 10?
I love both of these guys. I met both of them at BOD for the first time. But I've got to say, Andy's reaction time, his knowledge of matchups is second to none, especially in the UK community. So I don't know. I think our boy Andy might just edge it.
Yeah, no, good point. And I know Darthseppius has definitely been labbing Cervantes quite a lot. Obviously, he was on the show last week with his Cervantes tutorial, and definitely wouldn't count him out. Cervantes has some new things, and obviously Darthseppius was also on everyone's top 10 UK players list. So it's 100% going to be an exciting match for you today. So we're just going to get the first game all set up, and then we'll be ready to kick off real soon. So chat, let us know who do you think is gonna come out on top today. Darthseppius, Andyroo, who do you think?
Arpia is definitely going to go with Andy because he's got to rep the. He's got to go with the Zas team, otherwise he'd be seen as a traitor.
That's true. That is true. And Arpia, thanks so much for the raid, bringing in 41 viewers, bringing in the hype. Awesome. So yeah, Andy and Darth, when you're ready, we can start the first match. In the meantime, guys, make sure you are donating to the Azure Arena using our free code. And also, if you've got a bit of dosh in your bank account that you wouldn't mind sharing, go for it. $5, $10, $100. We appreciate it. Or all of the donations today will go to the winner of the first to 10.
Let's get Andy a PC for God's sake.
yeah. Like, bring in the dosh so Andy can join us on PC, guys.
Exactly.
So we're just getting that first match set up for you, waiting for the guys to ready themselves.
Exactly, King. Matcherino is the Andyroo PC fund. Even if Seppius wins, we're just going to rip that money away from him and give it to Andy so he can afford a PC.
Rooting for Cervantes. We've got Super Destro Fraud in chat rooting for Cervantes. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. I guess Cervantes is kind of like the underdog character. And Zasalamel's definitely brought in some controversy with his season 2 changes. Buffs buffs and more
Yeah.
buffs.
Servi has had some good stuff happen to him in season 2. Can't lie. Head Cheese is really enjoying playing him and he thinks he's really good, but I think we can all kind of agree that Zas has become an even bigger powerhouse than he was before.
Absolutely, and we're getting that first game for you started. And do you know what? I'm really happy to see Head Cheese actually back competing again. He was competing in the EU tournament. Was it this Sunday just gone?
Yeah, it was last Sunday.
Yeah, really fantastic showing, and I played him in some casuals and got bopped. So it's good
Who
to see him
doesn't?
back. But anyway, guys, we are ready. We've got the first to 10 starting. DarthSeppius versus Andyroo. First to 10. Let's go. I like this stage as well. This is a good stage to start in. Like an epic stage with a lot of character and intensity.
Yeah, for sure. Zas fits in. Oh, nice taunt to start. I like that.
That's how you
Respect
know
between
they're
two
friends.
players.
Exactly. Alright, Andy piling on the pressure there with the 1B. Ooh, fakes out with the break attack.
Trying to create some nice space there. 6-6k from Serve has been buffed. It's a really good move now to close distance.
Yeah, definitely, and we've had some quite interesting buffs from Zas as well. Some probably going to be changed soon. His back turn K causing problems, but DarthSeppius is not trying to give up this match just yet.
Andy just keeping on that pressure. Oh, Seppius is losing the first round, and his guard is flashing yellow already as well. Zas is definitely going to have to keep up that guard break pressure if he wants to continue winning these rounds.
Oh, nice block on the 1B, but doesn't get a proper punish there. They're really trying to feel each other out, not taking too many risks, but Andy gets the counter hit 6 AA.
Cheeky double wallbang break attack on the reversal edge. What a read there from Andy. And is that Seppius out? Round 2 goes to Andy for a ring out.
And the next
round is
actually going to be pretty dangerous for Seppius because Zasalamel's got access to the ring outs. Obviously, on this stage, when the wall breaks, you now get access to a complete ring out stage.
What an AGI from Seppius. He's probably going to start fishing for that lethal hit now. He's probably like 1 or 2 gunshots away. And he doesn't want to get hit by anything in that soul charge. He's grabbing, he's BBing. What a call from Andy, that long range attack. And he doesn't follow up with anything, he backs off. Nice AA to close out the first game.
Alright, good stuff from Andy there. The first game going to him. So Seppius is going to have to come back with some answers. He was definitely being out-nooched, out-pressured. So he's going to have to adapt to not be too far behind during this set.
I wasn't seeing too much of his new moves at the moment, like his 3A plus B and his 3B plus K. Because on hit, 3B plus K gives you a lot of space to maneuver around. So it doesn't really... It's a really good move, and I wonder why he's not using it more. Maybe he's just trying to fill Andy out a little bit, making sure he understands his spacing and his pressure. And then once he's got into it, just bam, IGDRs, bam, 3Bs.
Yeah, and what I've been told by Cervantes players as well is his new 3B plus K is really good at catching backstep. But obviously you've got to get a feel for your opponent's movement before you just start throwing moves out. So it'll be interesting to see what DarthSeppius has reflected on in that last game. And now we're getting into it.
Immediately, Andy starting off with pressure. Oh, a GI there that whiffed. Andy responds with the curse, but Seppius tries to get his double Psycho Crusher.
3 curses on him already.
Spacing.
Eek, very dangerous.
Oh, and there's the Psycho Crusher. Gets interrupted for the IGDR. That's his new moves there. An amazing chase tool. And that is round 1 for Andy in the second game.
Yeah, I've noticed that Andy's getting a lot of like free pressure off of 1B. The pushback on that move on hit is really good, and although it's minus on hit, it's quite deceptive in terms of what the opponent can do afterwards. So Darth really going to have to start taking control of spacing, and Andy running away with this round.
Nice horizontal kick there to make sure Cervantes stays on the ground.
Nice stuff. Gets the grab. What's the Oki?
It's going to let him maneuver himself back into neutral. Oh, another grab. More pressure.
Oh my!
Tries to get a 3B, but interrupted by a grab of his own.
Andy is ruthless.
That's rough.
Why would you grab there? Fair enough, it worked.
6k.
Oh, nice block on the 1B, but again, not punishing it. He's being really super cautious, but it's not paying off.
Nice soul charge activation. Get off me, Zas. Seppius trying to give him the jukes. Whiffs his 1KB completely.
I know Andyroo going into this match said he was nervous about using Zas, Season 2 Zas, but I don't see any nerves. I do not see any nerves.
Yeah, I think Andy's an incredibly humble guy when you meet him in person.
And that, my friends, is how you use resist impact.
Incredible.
No way.
What a call out. What a call out.
I saw some really interesting tech from Oreos on Twitter, and apparently the kind of frame threshold for doing a resistance impact to beat a soul charge is -4. So if you're -4 and you do an immediate resist impact, it will resist impact a soul charge.
That is insane. 4 frames is a lot.
Yeah. Not bad at all. All right, so we're going into the third match here. So Andyroo's two games up. You know, it's not disastrous for Seppius at all, but certainly he's going to want to start taking games before Andy really starts to run away with this. But the benefits of a first to 10 is you've got a lot of time to start figuring things out and work out where your opponent's patterns and weaknesses are and start getting some games back.
Yeah, I have faith in Seppius to be able to adapt. It's just that Zas plus Andy is a near unstoppable combination.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be really interesting to see. Obviously, now we've got a World
Nice
Tour
IGDR.
announced.
Oh,
where
yeah.
our UK players start showing themselves on the kind of international stage, I suppose.
We're going to have to start really pushing our best players as well, making sure we have a presence in the world in the World Tour.
Absolutely. We've got to do what we can to get the tour to come here, guys. We need the tour in the UK.
Just tweet Okubo.
God save the Queen, man.
Make him come here.
Bring it here. But Andy down on life. DarthSeppius just trying to chip him out there. And of course, that is Cervantes' strength, the poke game.
Andy just trying.
Breaks the throw.
Oh, nice counter hit.
And did you
Almost
see on
even
that
on live
throw
now?
As well, on that throw break?
What a read from
Andy.
Andy while rising right back into the middle of the arena, just clipping him on the way back.
Yeah, DarthSeppius is going to be really frustrated with having lost that round because the throw break actually chipped Andyroo's health down just a little bit, but Seppius wasn't able to get the finishing hit. And Andyroo on a
Nice
mission.
duck there. Oh, the classic Servi Hell Sweep into Wall Rising K. Nice IGDR.
Drops a combo though. Unfortunate. No!
Is that no! So close.
Oh, thank God. That'd have been disastrous. And here we go.
Tries to pull off a head cheese, but doesn't quite work.
No.
Nice defense there from Seppius, just making sure he doesn't go straight into the CE, but it doesn't matter because Andy's taken the second round in game 3.
Eek. So what's really interesting is we haven't seen too many of Zas's CEs. Season 2 has changed how his CE works, and the damage that you get and the kind of properties of the move are now dependent on how many curses you have.
Yeah, when we had Andy on the podcast for the first one, he was quite adamant. What? That is Andy gone for the third round.
Seppius, fighting
He
for
was
his
really
life out
adamant that the new Zas changes he didn't need. Like, there were some things that needed to be changed, like the horizontals, but the buffs that he got just weren't needed at all. So I believe him. I really believe him.
And I have to say, though, I really like the changes that they made to Zas's CE. It's got lower damage when he hasn't got curses. And
Nice sidestep.
Let's go.
Big damage combo.
Nice
While rising A. Doesn't get a second wall spat, but it doesn't matter. Knocks him to the ground. Takes the fourth.
Cervantes actually has a new move, which is basically like a standing while rising A. It's -18 on block, but it's a mid horizontal and really covers quite a lot of space. Haven't seen Seppius use it yet though. Not many new tools being used.
I think he's just trying to make sure he has a foothold in games and rounds before he starts busting out the new stuff. But that is a 6BB lethal hit. Doesn't actually get much off it, but now Seppius is in Half-Life and tries to throw out a random CE, but gets lethal hit again!
You can see
Andy's
the
awareness just
there.
on point. That damage from Curse Orbs was insane. Tries to duck for the mid, but gets clipped again.
So Seppius there was actually doing really well, but it's that panic CE at the end that just completely took him out there.
I think he was probably expecting maybe a 6 or a 4 step block that he might be able to catch. But unfortunately, he just whiffed it.
Yeah, not today, mate. Not today. Guys, remember, the Azure Arena is running today with a match arena. All proceeds from the match arena will go to the winner of this first to 10. We're trying to give back to our players. So you can use the free code Azure Arena 2. But if you got a bit of dosh, dig in your pockets and let's give back to these players who are giving us a great game. On to game 4. Let's go.
So Seppius is 3 games down now, and you can really start to see where Serv's holes are, especially considering the range that Zas has.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not a particularly easy matchup for Cervantes. One of Cervantes' key strengths is his ability to whiff punish, but the problem with trying to whiff punish Zas is he's got a complete lockdown on movement. So forcing Zas to whiff is probably not the game plan that you're going to want to go for.
Not for a majority of a game, though. If your Zas is as measured as Andy's, you can't really whiff punish much. Oh, nice roll.
Nice tech there. And Darth's
Seppius
slow it down.
takes the first round.
While Rising K to finish it off. Good stuff. Seppius starting to feel himself. Let's go.
Cheeky 2Ks. Oh, sidesteps,
nice.
But doesn't get the punish. Another wall rising, but doesn't get the follow-up.
And he just stood there and wasn't doing anything.
It's calling him out. Blocks the 3B.
Alright, so Dan, I've got a question for you. Nice duck there in the 3AK. But my question is, obviously we're moving into a new season. And that's going
to what's the thing going to be? That's an RO for Seppius. That's 2 rounds for Servi. He follows him off the arena. Sorry, Ravine, carry on.
No, that's alright. So I was going to ask, what are your predictions for kind of player tier chart?
Player tiers?
Yeah.
Oh boy. If we're going like SABC.
Yeah, let's go.
Andy S tier for sure, 100%. I'd put Milo's Arpia, Seppius, like A+, just below Andy tier.
So
I think Andy's on his own tier.
I agree with that, but I think I'd put like Milo's maybe on like S- because obviously he was killing it in season 1 already, but he's just been to NEC, got the experience playing American players. Actually came 13th, which is incredible.
That's true. That is very true.
And Killick's not looking bad in season 2 as well, so Holy Carp in the chat saying he hopes to make B tier. We got you, B.
No, Holy Carp is his C tier because he plays Ivy. He doesn't get a tier.
What am I, guys? Do I get props because I'm a Nightmare main and I no longer have a character in the game?
It's fine. Just switch to Siegfried. It's just a better Nightmare.
How is the good version of a character the better? Anyway, back to the match. I'm not going to bring my son.
Backstepping out of the bubble. Seppius' awareness is about to... tries to get the unblockable, but Andy's just too aware.
Oh.
Soul attack hits, but no follow-up.
Not entirely sure if that was the best use of
Nice
Barbarian.
stuff, but hits him with the mid, gets him with the cheeky poke.
That was so sad because Darth actually blocked the first hit of that attack, but didn't stand up to block the mid. He's going to be well frustrated with that.
Oh, lethal hit from Andy again, and it's going to be big damage time for Zas. Nice block. So on that reset, it's either a 3B or a 1B, and you really just want to mostly stand block for the 3B to make sure you don't get relaunched. But 1B still is a really good move now.
Oh, whiff punish punish on the throne. Nice stuff. Oh, be careful. Oh god, that Zas move was so punishable.
Both one mix-up away from death. Nice cheeky two-way on the back step.
Yeah.
Seppius takes his first game with the little nice hell sweep.
Yeah, Seppius is going to be happy with that one. Gets his name on the board. Make sure it's not ending 10-0.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, if I was playing Andy, I'd definitely be worried about. But, good stuff.
Look,
so.
I took a game off of Andy at BOD. I'm happy. I'm set for the rest of my life. I'm good.
And that's like the mark of a really good player, isn't it? They oftentimes, like, good players will feel you out for the first round or two, and they might lose a round or two, and then you go into the next game and it's a complete wash. And it's that adaptability.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can have setups, you can have Oki, you can have pressure, but actually the real high level stuff is the ability to adapt, notice your opponents, like play style and patterns and where they want to press, and blowing them up for it, really.
Yeah, exactly. Back on the nighttime forest stage. I actually prefer the daytime stage, mostly just because of the wolves. I'm a big wolf fan.
I like the way the lighting changes as well. The kind of, I mean, SoulCalibur is a really beautiful game, actually, especially if you're playing it on PC, and I really like the lighting.
Cheeky wall splats, double curse. Seppius tries to respond with an Ari, but gets sidestepped. Is this going to be a perfect for Andy in round one? It is! Perfect for Andy in round one of game 5.
And the frustrating thing is this is probably a really good stage for Andy as well. He's got all the walls, and so he doesn't have ring outs, but he's got all the wall combos.
It's saying something when a character's advantage comes from either walled and no wall stages.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was
like, nice GI. And a break attack to take the reversal edge away from Seppius again. All of the curses. Oh, where's the K option?
Wow.
Nice dark on the 6-6A. Whew. Andy's just on fire, and a sidestep to close out the second. When are we going to see some top tier heal to play, huh?
Top tier heal to play. Alright, count hit 1B there.
You can really see how Zas controls movement as the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Seppius is just stuck in one place.
Running up and just 6-6 AAing. This could be it for Seppius in the...
Oh, and he whiffs! Oh!
Soul attack whiffs!
Soul attack!
Oh, he gets back turns against... but
really
isn't able to close it out.
Alright, so it is 4-1 to Andyroo.
That was a really good call there from Seppius. Unfortunately, the game decided to put him on the other side of Zas. And then he had to reorient himself. Man, I really hope these two continue to fight in offlines. Because I really enjoy watching these two play.
Yeah, it's really nice to see character specialists just doing their thing as well. And actually, SoulCalibur as a game really works for character specialists. There's just so much depth in each character. You really work around different matchups in a lot of senses.
Yeah, for sure. Seppius definitely has a serve style that he only really changes up if he needs to. I think right now he's just trying to see if Andy will make a mistake that he can continue to exploit.
Yeah.
What I really want to see is just one unblockable hit. That's all I want to see, really. I want to see Zas get shot off the arena.
So starting with the pressure, Cervantes, nice IDGR punish there. Ooh, and Andy's got to be real careful not to get rung out, and there it is.
That's an RO.
So DarthSeppius piling on the pressure. That might be the adaptation he needs to make. Be really up in Andy's face.
Yeah, the classic Zas feint with the break attack to the curse. Luckily, Seppius didn't fall for it, but he does have a curse orb now on him. Nice jump there.
Oh, really badly placed GI.
And
nice
another duck. Seppius tries again with the RE, but gets denied.
And RE's had some changes as well. Most people would be happy to know it no longer will lead to the clash animation if it doesn't hit.
Takes him out of the air with a 1A. Bit of a weird hitbox there. And that's Andy with the second round. The creepy dolls from the Nier Automata game just hovering behind the players. There's that 6BB lethal hit again. One of Zas's best
nice
lethal
step
hits.
on the 6AB. Good stuff there from DarthSeppius, but doesn't manage to profit from it.
Both sitting at yellow guard.
And I guess that's one of the key strengths of Zas. He's able to really lock down your movement and chip out your guard damage. But Cervantes got some guard damage buffs this patch, actually.
He got fair few buffs all around his kit.
Yeah, definitely.
I honestly don't think anybody's going to be mad. Like, a very neutral heavy character getting more tools and more things to do, there's never a bad thing. Because it's always boring fighting too many neutral heavy characters, but when they get new stuff that allows them to be more creative, it's just much more fun fighting them.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when the patch first came out, like Enders J was on Twitter saying, "Alright, Cervantes is busted." I think as the kind of days
Nice
wore
wall
on,
splatter. He missed the unblockable. Oh, is that an RO? Nope.
No.
So close. Nice sidestep movement.
Oh, he didn't punish on the 4-6B.
Nice sidestep. Is this gonna hit?
Is that gonna be it?
It is gonna hit.
Seppius, there we go, making up for lost damage earlier on. He takes round 4.
I really, really love that CE animation. It's one of my favorite in the entire game.
But Seppius really had
Nice sidestep.
Andyroo's up with 2 soul gauge bars.
Seppius just getting one back from that BB punish by Andy. Haven't seen much soul attack usage from Seppius. It's mostly been CEs and soul charges. And just as I say it, he pops soul charge.
I guess everyone's still...
He gets capped from across the arena. That's what I wanted to see. Seppius in real danger now, though. Has no bar, is in critical health, and is being punished left, right, and center.
Definitely no opportunity to get hit again, and... that's it. He definitely wanted to sidestep there.
Just looking at Andy's movement, his step guarding is flawless.
I do think it's real sad, though, that Seppius definitely lost to the buffering system. That last round.
It gave him a jump when he definitely wanted a sidestep. I think we've all been victim to this buffering change in Season 2.
Okay, so 5-1 to Andy. Remember, guys, the winner of this first 210 will get all of the prize pot from the Matcherino. You can donate with the Azure Arena 2 code, which allows you to donate 50 cents for free. You can also donate out of your own pocket. You can do quests to donate as well. So please, let's raise this prize pot for our players. And back into game 6 now. All right, Seppius.
Andy with an incredibly convincing lead, 4-1.
Yeah. I mean, Seppius still not out of it. He's still at least got 6 games to work out a new strategy and a new plan. But struggling a little bit here.
The unpredictability of immediate lethal hit and a curse orb. Seppius not wanting to try and interrupt that break attack for guaranteed curse because it's just a really dangerous move. Oh, that move now grants curse, time stop as well, so it's just constant pressure from Zas. Nice 3B there.
I think you're definitely seeing some nerves from DarthSeppius as well. I play him quite often and he's just placing things not where he usually would.
Yeah, I haven't played Seppius that much. I've played more Zas's than I have serves. So I don't really know his style too well. But I will take your word for it. A nice sidestep and a 2-way to close out the first round in the 6th game.
I think this is a decent stage for Cervantes, actually. He's got enough space to play around, but also Zas does too.
The relaunches. Oh my god, he whiffs punish. No! Oh, he doesn't get the CE.
And
nice
that's a ring
rising
out.
A.
Oh, no, it's not.
Nope. that edge of this arena specifically has been incredibly bugged this season. I have no idea why. He doesn't get the just frame follow-up for the guaranteed. Sepia staying on the floor, trying not to get rung out.
Oh, IDGR
Where's the
out of nowhere and
IGDR?
gets punished for it. Come on, Seppius. You're better than this, lad.
Gets knocked down with the curse orb. That might be it for Seppius. This is going to be hella damage. Yep, there we go. Gets hit with the low K. So that corner of the arena where we thought was going to be a ring out, I got launched by Amina in that corner with her guaranteed RO option, and it didn't bring me out.
Well, that's a good thing. At least it's working in some people's favour.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the unblockable cancel. Classic Zas techniques in Season 2.
And Andy's playstyle generally is just so oppressive. He knows exactly, frame by frame, what advantage and disadvantage he's at, and how to take how to really profit from that situation.
It's his knowledge. I don't get it. How can somebody be this good at reading frames and movement? It's insane.
I remember the last stream that we did. We called him like our character encyclopedia, and I just said to him, "Okay, what's the frame data of Geralt's 22A?" And he was literally like, "So I think it's like -12, and it's this and it's that." And I was like, "Classic, classic, absolute classic."
He is literally a dictionary, a thesaurus, an encyclopedia, and the internet just rolled into one human being. It's ridiculous.
So we are actually on. It's 6-1 to Andy. Need to get that score.
Update that score.
So Andy's starting to run away with this. Seppius has really got to pull something out of that bag real soon.
Which is, there's something that we haven't seen Andy do much of, which is CE. We thought it was going to be incredibly oppressive considering the changes, but I don't know, maybe Andy just feels like he can use his curse source for something better, or maybe he's just not seeing opportunities.
I think that's definitely it. I think Andy's at the moment definitely pro using Zas's 6 CE, which allows you to use the normal variation without using up the curses.
Yeah. All of the Psycho Crushers in this game, Seppius not holding back.
Good stuff, you just gotta get one more tap and jeez.
A read! One of the best AGIs in the game. Look at all of that damage just from a few curse orbs.
And it was such a brave thing to do 4-4A at that point, because he had to have that brilliant read on the low, and he just had it. He's in his head.
Whiffs the Hell Sweep. Nice 6-6k. Head Cheese will be proud of Seppius for that one. He loves himself a good 6-6k.
Gets punished on the Well Rising A there.
So there are a lot of moves that, as a Zas player, he whiffs the soul attack! The tracking on that is ridiculous. Did he actually just taunt? He taunted in the middle of a move.
And you know what? He's
Andy
probably
is a
practiced
mad
that
lad.
taunt combo for a while, and Seppius, fighting for his life, gets the lethal hit. Nice 3 beam. He's going to be building up the gunshots here as well.
There it is. There's the lethal.
Boom. Good stuff.
That's insane. RP are saying that he's actually labbed which combos can give him a taunt.
That just doesn't even surprise me.
On a different level. We need to get Andy to America and Japan ASAP.
We need to get him on PC first. Can we start small and build up?
That's true. Seppius not taking as many risks as he was before. Definitely just trying to punish more with A's and B's. Gets clipped by the 1A, unfortunately.
And I think
but he's still got more rounds to bring it back in.
The frustrating thing for Seppius is Andy's really not letting him get his poke game going.
Oh, clips him with these active frames of IGDR. Nice grab break, making sure he doesn't get hit. Good trade. Seppius still on top in this round. Is that a whiff punish? Oh, he GI'd! No way. The preemptive GI just stops CE in its tracks. He tries to go for 3 of those in a row. Doesn't quite work because you can't control it. What a duck. He was definitely aiming for a wall push there.
Plus.
That was an RI. He RI'd the
No!
CE.
What?
Andy's insane. Andy is actually insane. What the hell?
An absolute god.
What is happening? I actually can't believe the awareness. Is he taking it performance enhancing drugs or something?
Yeah, he's on speed. He's on speed.
There's no way anybody is this reactive.
Andy showing us why he is the best Zas, period. 7-1.
Calling out CEs with first a GI and then an RI. Maybe he thought he was going to be
Soul charging.
applying way too much pressure. Yeah, exactly. So he was about to soul charge. But it didn't even matter what he did, because at that point anything would have been RI'd.
And I've seen a lot of people, I know Holycarp's got some views on the use and utility of RI, but we're seeing a really good showing here from Andyroo, exactly how it can be used and in what situations. And I think actually when someone's going to soul charge, especially when they're going to die, it can be quite predictable. So in those situations, it really is useful as a mechanic.
Yeah, 100%. Me, Carp, and Joel were talking about it in the SC UK Discord, and I can understand why Holycarp doesn't like it. But personally, I think its risk-reward factor is as good as it has to be and is at the moment. I think it's fine.
Yeah, and I guess as we get to kind of play with Season 2 a little bit more, we're going to find more uses for it. Like strings that previously couldn't be steps that perhaps end in a break attack might be interruptible with RI now.
Can we just appreciate how much damage that combo did without any curses? Nice duck from Seppius. Cheeky little jump kick.
Everyone's pointing out that Seppius is Italian. Alright, guys.
Another curse orb.
The flag is wrong, I know. I'm sorry.
Although Seppius thinks of himself as UK and Italian in equal measure.
Okay, well, fair enough. Dual heritage.
Yeah.
He's ours anyway, he's our player.
Exactly. He lives here, he comes to our tournaments, that's what matters.
Alright.
Nice pressure from Seppius here. Both in critical health now. Everything's going to do just that little bit more damage.
And neither of them are really going to want to whiff in this situation. They've both got a bar, so they both can CE, so they're going to have to be careful. Ooh!
And that's round 2 to Andy.
Oh, gets hit by the mid. This is what happens when you become A rank, guys. You become this godlike.
Andy was godlike when he picked up the game.
Yeah, let's be honest. Let's be real. I'll have you know, bro, Mayo, he does come to our Discord chat. Thank you very
Here's
much.
the big damage from Soul Charge. Seppius stopping pressure as soon as that Soul Charge comes off. Tries to get sidestep K, but it's interrupted. There's another Soul Charge. He just wants to get around back, put himself on the board. Good grab break there. But gets punished by a 3B. Is this going to be it for Seppius in the night?
Stays on the floor. Come on, Seppius, fight for your life!
Both one hit
You do
away.
this. Oh,
Just
he
gets
runs
clipped
in.
on his way in. Probably looking for a 6-6k.
Andyroo really making sending a message here.
So Necro saying that damage is going to be nerfed, but until it gets nerfed, it's still insane damage. Things can be nerfed, things can be buffed, but that's in the future, and until it happens, Zas combo damage is just mad.
So just to let you guys in the chat know as well, after this first to 10, we've actually got an extended interview with Andyroo. So after the first to 10 is done, don't go anywhere because we've got a really exciting interview for you. So Seppius on his last lives here. He's only got 2 hearts left, potentially.
There we go. Bringing out the pokes. 3 lows in a row, followed by a wall rising A.
Ooh, he backs off, doesn't want to get wrung out. Completely agree with that decision.
Good call. Seppius just hammering those A's. Just making sure he stays in neutral.
Oh, and that's the new
Nice
RI.
GI, there's the lethal hit. There we go. Round 1 to Seppius in the 9th game. No, 10th game, sorry. One of the most annoying things that I've found about Zas is that he gets curse orbs really easily.
Oh yeah, he does. And he's got new ways to use them in Season 2 as well. He can use them with his CE. He can time stop with new moves as well.
Mm-hmm. Seppius has got some really quick movement. Trying to make sure he doesn't get caught by anything. Soul Charge activation. Get the hell off me, Zas. What a teleport!
Oh,
Seppius has got all of the advantage right now. Picks him up with 1k to close out the second round.
This is exactly what you're going to want to do at this stage in the first to 10. You need to start piling that pressure on.
And he's sitting at 2 bars. You can punish that with a curse orb. That's incredible. Oh, lethal hit on the 6k. He's now sitting at 3 curse orbs, so his CE will be an RI.
And do extra damage as well.
Yeah, bonus damage. Seppius just checking Andy at the door with those AAs.
Oh, unfortunately gets clipped by the low there, but DarthSeppius still 1 round up. But Andyroo with 2 bars as well, so Seppius gonna have to be really careful.
Oh, there's a new 3A plus B. Another 6k lethal hit. Nice low block from Seppius. Tries to get Andy on the wake up with the UB, but he's just too aware. Bit more pressure here.
Ooh,
Whiffs the soul attack, but
no
no punishment.
That could have been the game right there. Oh, he CE's
CE's on a sidestep. Doesn't get hit, and he tries to go for the lethal hit, but is too far away.
Oh my god, Ari, that's plus. He gets another curse. Oh
and
my
there's
god,
his
that
new move.
God, he's so oppressive when he's gonna die, isn't he? Seppius really fighting for that extra
He
hit.
tries to cap him in the face again.
No! Yes!
Nice Soul Rising K
let's
to
go.
finish it off.
Good stuff, finally. Gosh, Andyroo is so scary when he's low on health. He
just doesn't
is
stop.
Insane.
The Dread Captain Cervantes bringing it back.
Alright, so he's only got 6 games left to catch up. So can we get some whoops and cheers in the chat for DarthSeppius, please?
Seppius can definitely bring this back if he applies the same kind of poke pressure as he was in that last game. I think he's going to be fine. We haven't really seen much CE use from Andy. I think he used it maybe 2 or 3 times a couple of games ago, but Seppius' sidestepping game is just way too good. So I think Andy's just using it for much different options now.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, back on the same stage.
Alright, end 8-10. Sorry, 8-10. What the hell? What's going on with me today? 8-2 to Andyroo.
We're just giving Seppius 8 more games.
Yeah. Alright, Seppius has won. Game over.
Nice sidestep there. Definitely going to close out this round.
Ooh. Let me just swap those names around, actually.
Gets punished on his 3B. Nice duck, but doesn't get the punish. The big launch combo.
Yeah, Seppius has got to be really careful against 4-4B, especially on this ring. Not going to want to get wrung out.
Andy in it with a commanding lead in the second and just takes it with a perfect.
And the little jump taunt at the end. The bunny hopping.
Neutral jump too good. The sidestep game from Seppius just coming out to play. Gets the launch.
Oh, he's going to get loads of guns.
Another 1B. Whiffs the IGDR. Big damage from any combo that Zas can give you. was about to say some nice spacing from Seppius, but he just gets caught with the horizontal as he tries to step out of it.
Good blocks there from Seppius.
Gets caught stepping. Nice RE. Oh, it is neck and neck. Whoever wins this clash.
Rock, paper, scissors, yo.
Oh, gets
nice
clipped
block,
by
but
the
he
mid
doesn't stand up.
again. That move does come out really quickly, and in the heat of a really, really intense match like this, you can understand why somebody wouldn't try and stand back up for the mid option or for the mid follow up. Doesn't get a punish. No soul charge or bar left for Seppius, and he is a round down. Zas' back turn game is showing its.
That's gonna be it.
And there's game 9 for Andy. One more, and he closes out the first to 10. You know what's the most impressive is seeing him actually play live and the way that he handles his controller. I can visualize him doing that at home.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because he doesn't play like anybody else I've ever seen.
He's got a real intensity, and he just like leans real forward into the screen, and is just completely focused. So guys, we're going into potentially our last game. Please donate to the Matcherino so we can make this prize pot as big as possible for our players.
Do it.
Let's go. Potentially the last game. DarthSeppius has no more chances after this.
Connecting for possibly the final game. And we're on the final stage. Nice AA.
So they changed Cervantes A plus B in
There's the same 6 BB lethal hit. Doesn't get much from it. Seppius not going for the gunshot option. Nice sidestep for the RE. Classic Serv C6 combo there. There's a lethal hit. Blocks a soul attack. Reversal edge, but doesn't actually connect with a hit, so it will be blocked. Nice GI. Both of them one hit away. Nice GI. Nice free GI. While rising K to close it out. Nice cheeky kick to the chest. So Seppius sitting on a bar now in round 2 because of his few REs that he managed to get out on block.
Got great duck on the 3 AK there. Nice awareness.
That's one curse orb.
That kind of IDG
nice
with
soul
punish
attack
game is just
punish.
not working against us.
Seppius on yellow guard, almost about to hit critical health. Working Andy's guard as well with his own soul charge moves. Nice tech to avoid the break attack.
Oh, whiffs doesn't get a punish.
Knockdown on the K. Whiffs the reversal edge.
So unfortunate last minute decision.
He's relying a lot on reversal edge right now.
Yeah, his placement of defensive options this set hasn't always been on point.
Doesn't get anything better than the 2A on whiff. Hammering those A6s.
He has to. This is potentially his last round, but he's looking real healthy here.
Ooh, Andy with the miss input for the RI. Cost him a bar. What a teleport. Is that going to wall splat for a potential? It will. The wall is now one wall splat away from actually being broken and giving Zas an even better stage to work on.
Yeah, I was going to say as well. Seppius hitting him with the IDGR in neutral there. Got real lucky, I think.
While rising options from Seppius has actually been really, really fun to watch. Gets the lethal hit as a punish. This might be it.
No,
and out like he goes.
And that is
out
it.
he goes.
Zas is
Congratulations to Andy. commiserations to Seppius. He put up an incredible fight in the last few games, but just couldn't take it over Andy.
Yeah, definitely a David versus Goliath story there. Seppius definitely putting on a good fight, but this time Andy is going to take it 10-2. Andyroo, good stuff. Guys in the chat though, don't go anywhere. We do have a first to 10. Well, the first to 10 to finish, we do have an interview lined up with Andy. So we're just going to get that set up. And yeah, if people have questions they want to ask Andy, let us know. We'll be able to ask him anything your heart desires, anything you want, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So can
Congratulations,
you guys hear
Andy.
Yo, hello.
Hopefully you can all hear him. You're champion of this first to 10.
Thank you.
Just waiting to make sure the chat lets us know if we can hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Let us know. Can you hear our boy?
Our boy Andyroo. Eyelash Wish, thank you so much for donating to the Matcherino. I see you with the $5.
Cheers.
Thank you. That's going to go straight to Andy after this.
Wish taking that top spot.
Top spot, yeah, number 1.
69 cents, Mulaki.
69 cents, thank you to Ren for donating the 69 cents. So yeah, everyone's saying they can hear you, so good to go.
Awesome.
Oh, right, you wanted me to lead on this. Sorry, I forgot. So basically, yeah, congratulations, Andy.
Thanks, man. Oh,
let's get some more hype in the chat, please, for that. And let's get some grats for Seppius for actually stepping up to the plate and taking on Andy. It's a scary, scary thing. So anybody who's got the confidence to do it, we applaud them.
Great game, DarthSeppius. Thank you.
Exactly. Buff his ass. Well played, please. My friend. He needs more tools.
Give him some more stuff.
So as had been said, we're going to have an extended interview with Andyroo. It will be a series of 9 questions. We're going to ask him those in the order that I've been given by Red Bean. But if it's okay, if we do have any questions, if it's okay with you, Red Bean, if we have any questions from the audience, from the viewers that we don't actually cover in this, would it be okay if we put it out to them?
Yeah, absolutely. People, if you've got questions, you want to ask Andy something, maybe, I don't know, does he go to bed with a teddy bear at night? I don't know. If you want to ask him something.
Exactly, anything at all. Perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be the next question now.
Andy, do you take a teddy bear to bed with you, and is it a Zas one? No. So the first question is, tell us how you got into SoulCalibur.
Through my friends randomly picking it up at the shop one time, SoulCalibur 4, and then I was like, oh wow, they look kind of cool, how they stand and stuff, I'll have a go. And then it just became into like little, casual, like, oh, this is cool, different stages, ring outs are cheap, oh, you can only win with ring outs. Actually, now I think about it, that's all I seem to do these days. It's gone full circle, hasn't it? But yeah, so and then
if you don't mind me asking, who was the kind of first character that you played in a SoulCalibur game?
So I actually chose Taki on the character.
Hello,
you guys
Andy?
still there? Oh yeah. You guys went quiet then. Did you hear what I just said? Taki was the character that I clicked first on the character select screen on SoulCalibur 4.
Yeah, I remember you saying on the podcast before that Taki was your first pick, and then you played a couple of games with Taki, and then you immediately dropped her.
Yeah, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So Baddie and Darksy getting all excited in the chat, but we all know the truth.
Yeah, rip.
We all know the
Sorry,
truth.
Guys.
I was like, but what's this guy with a scythe? Yo.
Yeah, right.
So how old were you when you first picked up SoulCalibur then?
So, man, shit, I'm getting old. 2008. That's 11 years ago.
I guess
No,
that
not
makes you a
2008.
veteran
Sorry.
then, doesn't it?
No, not okay. No, tell a lie. It was towards the end of SoulCalibur 4, I'd say. So let's say about 2011. So can't do maths for the hell of me. About 10 years or something, nearly. I guess you could say.
That's a long time, dude. That's a long time.
But it properly started like towards the start of SoulCalibur 5, 2012. 2013. That's where I discovered 8-way run and online people being really good at the game and frames and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure. So, moving on to the next question. You have a long-standing rivalry with Holy Carp. Tell us about that.
Sure. So, in SoulCalibur 5 days, I would say if I was to to say to you guys who I thought was the best in SoulCalibur 5, it would be Wolf Loner with the Patroclus, and then Holy Carp with Pira Omega. And then I would say like third place was like probably joint me and Silas, even though I used a crap tier character. Now the thing is, every single tournament in SoulCalibur 5, I would always get knocked out of the tournament by Holy Cop. Every single goddamn one. And there wasn't that many tournaments of SoulCalibur 5, so we're talking like once a year, like 2013, 14, 15, when there was just a singular UK tournament, Edgemaster Series. So I would go around his house very often and we would do casuals because we both live in the same town, Derby. And yeah, it was finally when we got the new game, I was like, oh, here we go. Let's, I've got, because I knew Holy Carp had all these SoulCalibur fundamentals right away. And me and him actually went to play the demo at VS Fighting when they had the demo in 2018. And me and him just kind of sat there and labbed the game pretty much, before it came out, trying to figure out what's new and everything. And then we've just been playing ever since. The good half of the tournaments of SoulCalibur 6, he did come out on top on the tournament side of things. I think he got like 6 wins tournaments, me coming second place. And then I was finally able to, for the first time in any game, managed to take him out at Versus Fighting, which you can imagine the satisfaction on that I had at that point, and then I go and lose to Skill afterwards, but that's not too bad because he's the world champion. So
yeah, exactly. He's also NEC champion as well.
Yeah, and everything champion. He's probably going to be the world tour champion too. Let's be honest.
More than likely, but you never know. If we send some of our best, like Andyroo and not Milo's or Arpia, I think we've got a really good chance of actually getting far in the world tour.
So Andy, I've just got a little question to interject because Milos has made a comment in the chat and he is asking, are you looking forward to losing to him in season 2? And just on that, actually, I think it's quite an interesting question because towards the end of season 1, the kind of tournaments that we had in the UK, there was a little bit of a rivalry, I suppose, coming out between you two.
Yeah, man, he knows how to press the buttons at the right time. It's one of those guys. He's got a real great feel to the game, and I've got to applaud him for that. Like, I believe he placed really well at NEC as well. I can't remember. He'll have to tell us Marlo's in the chat, but I know he did quite well. Like, he is is a very underrated player. So props to him. And yeah, man, he is one of the least people I would actually fight against in tournament now because he's just he's just really good. Very good props to him. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, I think you two.
Sure, if he turns on the game.
I think you two definitely have a rivalry as well, especially since you match up against each other in a lot of tournaments recently.
Yep. Yeah,
so
man.
If there was anybody else who you would think you had a rivalry with, or even somebody you'd like to have a rivalry with, who would that be?
Well, I also wanted to say that probably my OG rival, even more so than Holy Carp, would actually be Silas. Because it was him who I met in SoulCalibur 5 on ranked match mode, and I was randomly using Maxi for some reason. Hey,
Maxi boys.
So was he, and we had like a little Maxi mirror, and then we invited each other to a lobby and played, and then we just kind of like talked and got. And that was back in 2012, and he has been pretty much my sparring partner ever since. Like even throughout the dead period of SoulCalibur 5, and so I would definitely say that Silas is my rival in that sense, next to Holy Carp, and then Milo.
Yeah,
those are the top three rivals. And who would I want to be a rival with?
If you had to pick anybody in the entire SoulCalibur 6 community, who would you want to have a rivalry with the most?
Hey, don't want to start anything too bad, but Omega DR, this Zaz in everyone's eyes over at the US, and we've not really been able to play. And I would like to learn a lot from playing him because he's a really good, fundamentally strong player.
Learn a lot, guys. He wants to learn a lot. I heard I want to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Let's get the first to 10 sorted. Let's go. Let's go.
Get Andy to America just to fight Omega DR.
Let's do it. Zasalamel money match.
Yeah, right.
That would be pretty awesome.
We'll have a big Mascherino pot for that as well. And we'll make him donate a bunch of money to it. So, third question. Just to let everybody know, we will be answering the questions that you guys put in either at the end of these questions, or if they're relevant to the question that we're asking, we'll throw them in at the end of the specific question. So.
Yeah, I'm making a note, so don't worry, guys. We got you.
Yeah, I've got them in the thing that you've sent me as well. So if there's one that you miss or the one that I miss, just make sure it gets added to the thing. So, reflection on your performance in this first to 10. How do you think you did?
Things went pretty well, didn't they? To be honest, in the set, I got annoyed at some mess ups that I still made. There's still some combo. There's also new combos that I still need to get the hang of in my muscle memory. That's not quite there yet. Like, do you remember that one set where I was on a bit of a comeback, and then I used my reversal edge and then cancel it into that curse explosion to make the comeback? You remember that? And then I dropped the combo and lose.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Because, and I was like, oh, what was the combo again? I've only used this like twice. So there's little things like that will come back in time. I also made a silly moment where thought it'd be funny to do my cool taunt combo. I don't know if you guys noticed.
We literally all saw that, Andy.
We saw that. We saw that. Scally made sure to let us know that you've been practicing those for... No, Arpia called you out and said you'd been practicing those.
Yeah,
literally labbing combos in which you could get a taunt in.
I've always wanted to land a legit taunt in, and that's the only one to do it. And yeah, that was cool. But unfortunately, I didn't do the optimal one, and I would have won otherwise. And then I kind of lose anyway. So.
Oh, well. We're all sorry that we couldn't see the optimal taunt combo.
No, as in the optimal combo is unfortunately without a taunt.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, but you get more swaggy points if you do taunt, so I think it evens out. You know, sacrifice damage for style. I think we'll all be okay with that.
I know. I mean, yeah. But other than that, it went, there's still probably some little tiny adjustments to make. Like, sometimes when I start a round, I have a little bit of a slow start. But that's just like a player thing, I think.
Yeah. For sure,
That's what I would say on my things to kind of work on and still better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, it's definitely one of your strengths that you can react and adapt to situations, and Zas has a hell of a lot of combos to be able to assist you with that. And if you can get a better combo without taunting, then maybe it might be better if you actually do like a proper tournament thing. But I think for now we're all happy to know that you can actually get a taunt in a Zas combo and still do pretty good damage.
It looks so cool.
It does look cool. It actually looks really, really cool. Moving on to the next question, which is related to the last one. How do you approach the Cervi matchup in general?
So I think he got a lot better in season 2, and now, I got this advice from what Enders J was saying in one of the tournament streams, streams against Servi about how you should play against him, and it's to play very sort of defensive, to not overextend, because Servi's all about GI lethal hits, counter hit with 2A plus B, all of his horizontal mid pokes, and then when you're still kind of poking you to death with the K2 grabs, guard damage, and all of that. So I just in the matchup, I just tried to play as least risk as possible. I would sometimes throw out at disadvantage to kind of mix things up, but yeah, in most situations, if we're kind of neutral, like near each other, I might throw a 1B out. You know, that quick low poke that knocks down on counter.
Yeah.
I-16. I mean, that on hit it's -4, but there's some distance made, and Servi is a lot better, more close to the opponents. So that's how I try to approach the matchup, by not overextending, keeping him out, and doing it that way, and then with punishing, spacing.
Because that's actually one of the things that I noticed. You were throwing a lot of 1Bs out, and it was pushing him back. And Darth seemed to be a little bit awkward, because against some characters, Cervantes is going to excel at that range. He can IDGR punish. He's got a few good pokes. But against Zas, who kind of locks
you can't
down
be
your
blocking
movement,
from there.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really good to see.
I'm just gonna be defensive. 1B, bit of distance. I'm gonna block. What are you gonna do? Throw out an attack? Then it's my turn again, or will I make a bit of a risk move and then whiff punish you? That's kind of the game I tried to enforce.
Yeah, and it worked really, really well. Like we were seeing classic Servi play from Seppius, like real good neutral AA punishes, getting the hell sweep into While Rising K, you know, the classic Servi stuff. But that little piece of information you got from Ender's J just seems to work out perfectly.
Yeah, man. Just
not
be
trying to overextend too much.
Yeah. Because that's where it gets all his big damage and stuff. So because he does big damage, like that's how he will destroy your life bar. So you just have to kind of play like that. Safe.
For sure. Zas's biggest strength is that he can take your life bar away in one combo.
Oh yeah, did you like those broken back turn K combos?
Oh yeah, I love them.
Man,
I'm so excited that he has those.
I like you so much, Andy, but can't forgive you for that one. Can't forgive you for those back turn K combos.
I was honestly, like, before we even started playing, I was thinking, should I use the back turn K combos? Because we've confirmed they're not going to be in the patch when it gets updated. And I really don't like, I genuinely don't like doing stuff that I know isn't going to be in the game, like when it's confirmed. A bit like in Season 1 when we got the patch, Zaz wasn't going to be able to do 1BB 3AK wall splat on normal hit anymore. So I just never went for that anymore. Just, you know, even back in Season 1, the last few days, just because it felt too... What's it? But with this one, I just kind of thought, you know what, let's just deplete half his... Wow, was that a thing? Did you see that comeback I did with 4K lethal hit on his left? And then it did like 170 damage or something stupid.
I can't quite remember it, but you know what? If it happened, it probably happened. If you said it happened, it probably happened. There's not much that I don't believe when people tell me about Zas problems.
Yeah, he's kind of got some dumb stuff. Sorry to DarthSeppius for still using it. I just thought, you know what, let's just do it. Show it off. Tribute for how stupid Zaz is until he's looked at properly.
Yeah. I mean, there is a question after a couple that basically will reflect on what you've just said about how dumb he is, but I would like to expand on that in a bit. But we'll continue with the questions for now, because I think your perspective on Zas is a unique perspective, which I think most people would agree with. But anyway, what kind of character is Zas? What type of player would want to play him?
Someone who likes to stop the opponent moving, and horizontal mids. Oh, even his verticals, they'll just work anyway, so don't worry about it. Ring outs, cheapness, just like conditioning, counter hits. I like a little bit of spacing, just that kind of play. He's not 50-50 heavy unless he's in soul charge doing his grabs or spending his cursors.
But I suppose Zas is
Other than that,
50-50.
he's
So like, do I move? Do I stay still? Do I move? Do I stay
there's
still?
loads of ways. This is why like he doesn't bloody need a low that's like a knockdown or plus on block or normal hit or whatever. It just because there's so many isn't it's really good, yeah, but that's just some character has that, but other characters don't have I-16 horizontal mids, reverse ring out game like he does, plus on block lows with cursors, and
The
yeah,
list goes
man.
on.
It just sounds so
CE
ridiculous on
still
paper,
good.
and then you realise that Zas is actually in the game.
Yeah,
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 for
I
sure.
know. Like, so yes, and if you want a simpler game plan of right, they're blocking, how do I beat that? Then you have to work that a little bit harder with Zaz. That's probably the one thing that isn't as brain dead, which is having to make them let go of block. Like, because when they do know the matchup, they know that they can't move so freely against him,
Mm.
and they're going. So you have to hit him with the pokes, do the B plus K. No, my curse, and then the cancel of that as well. Grabs, like baiting them to make a little whiff. Like it's a lot harder than just instead of doing all that, you could just be like Yoshimitsu and full catch 3K, couldn't you?
You could,
and
yeah.
that's just to beat somebody stand blocking. So it takes a little bit more work. I think that's what some people don't like about him. But honestly, he's so stupid at everything else. Just the way he just stops movement and just stops you having to press anything, and then you can easily just fake grabs, make them press when they don't actually want to press, and
Yeah, and with a
that sort
game
of
like
stuff. So the
Soul Calibur, there's so
control
much
player.
to it. Like, I think a lot of new players, when they get into fighting games, are like, all right, do I have a low? Do I have a mid? Can I 50-50?
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot more to a fighting game than 50-50s.
And stand blocking ones. Yeah, you've got the spacing. You've got hitting them before they get to you, getting in their range, making them with counter hits. This goes on guard damage.
Tech
Even like
crouches,
more
yeah.
mental. Yeah, even more mental things. Like I'm going to do the same thing 3 times. Right, you're surely going to see it coming, and then you're going to do the thing that beat the counter to the thing you've just tried 3 times. Like just even mind games like that is what's
And to be fair, every character
awesome.
has like mid-throw mix-ups as it is as well. So it's not as if any character's kind of completely bereft of being able to mix their
Nobody
opponent up.
lose to blocking.
I think, as you mentioned, mix-ups oftentimes are a psychological thing, as opposed to just can I go low, can I go mid.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
don't get
yeah,
me wrong.
it's definitely a
You can do it with
conditioning
cursors and
tool.
still be cheap.
True.
So
Facts,
it's not like
yeah.
he's not even got them. That's what's
Just curse them up,
But
and
hey,
you're all good.
you just
exactly.
yeah.
So this
No.
leads me on nicely to my next question, which is, what are Zas's strengths and weaknesses? There's one big list for one of those and a very short list for the other. I think we've pretty much just gone over it.
I will. I'll say the weaknesses. He does have some. He's not like this immortal. Well, yes, he's immortal. Yeah, but he's not like he's not unbeatable by any means. He's stupidly good, yes, but he's not unbeatable. Like I would say that like I say, you do have to put more work in against blocking opponents. That is still a thing that you have to guess right, and especially in a short set, you have to really choose. Right, am I going to commit to they know the Zaz matchup, and I'm going to do loads of throws, or am I going to assume they don't know the matchup properly, and I'm just going to try and counter hit the horizontals all day? So I guess that is a somewhat of a weakness. Like you can't just go hell sweep, and start winning that way. So I guess there's a little like that. That's the negative side to conditioning. You could overthink it and that sort of stuff, which is not the biggest problem in the world to have. But there you go. Block punish with -14 or lower moves with Zaz doesn't enjoy those at all, because if he is out of 6k range, and then if he's out of AA range, then he more than likely can't get anything until I-16, like 4-6B or or 3A or something. So there are some characters that do good tools that they can use against him for that. Any other weaknesses? I mean, damage. No, probably not. not while this back turn K thing exists anyway. But without that, without curses on normal hit, like it's kind of 60, kind of standard, and that's like sacrificing no curse, no Oki. I guess that's another thing that comes back to the having to set up curses and stuff. So I guess he's not immediate crazy damage right off the bat, unless you get the combos that give you the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Which are mostly on with started with curses or lethal hits. So I would say that, and yeah, they're the standout ones that I can immediately think of right now. And strengths, like I say, horizontals, stopping movement, fast counter hit, nice pokes. Curses are easy to apply. Once he's got them, he's got access to 50/50s, better ring out game, better damage, better carry, better Oki. It just goes on really. So yeah, very strong fundamental character. Like when you know where to press them, and counter hits are such a big deal because Zaz has got loads of them off. 1B is such a dumb move, even on its own. Yeah, that's what I would sum up from what I could think of straight away.
That's pretty succinct. Like we could go on a long time and just list everything out, but you've summed it up quite nicely. So kind of the question that I wanted to ask was, what would you do to kind of stabilize Zas as a character and make him more balanced? Kind of even up his weaknesses to his strengths.
Yeah. They're doing the right thing with the removing the back turn K crap. So that's a good start, but they just need to make him steppable on his verticals. To just do that is the main thing. Like when he's not got that, like you can't even treat him like sometimes. Okay, even when I'm doing a Zaz mirror, I full on feel it myself. Like I'm like, oh, here comes a vertical. Oh, never mind. Whatever, sure. So yes, I have been on the other end of the scythe to know what it's like. And so the tracking needs to go. He does have some stupid curse combos with one curse that do really dumb damage against when the character's back turned and been launched or near an edge or a wall with 4-6B. Because then when they're closer with one curse, 2A+B is guaranteed. 4B plus K into back turn B plus K is guaranteed, and that's like 90 damage and Oki back at the wall off one curse of an I-16 move that was safe on block anyway. Like there's just things like that is powerful. Like I do think he should probably need to have at least 2 curses to get big damage, but there's a lot of situations where he can just kind of get it off one and rip.
Yeah.
So he needs to not have that, in my opinion.
So would you then, as a kind of compromise, what's the word I'm looking for? Request humbly that Zas doesn't get crazy combos or even gets like guaranteed combos off of a single curse? Or would you just reduce the combos that he could get from one curse?
Just reduce them. Like where it all gets stupid damage is when he can hit you with a curse combo, and then get 2A+B, the break attack ground stun into
lift you back up, doesn't it?
Like it's that move, and then 4B plus K at the wall. Like it's those 2 things that make him crazy, and I feel he should only get that at 2 curses, but he can, if he hits you in the air back turned, he can do it off 1. So it could go 2-2B launch. You've been hit in the back. 4-6B just frame with 4-6B no just frame with 1 curse, 2A+B, 6A+B for like 90 damage
Oof.
of one curse. Like, and
Yeah, that's
it's just stuff
insane.
like that. Like, it should just be sorted where, like, 2 curses is still being a bit generous, but, you know, that's not as bad as just one single I-12 punish, and then suddenly I've got 90 damage combo. That's kind of how it is at the moment.
Yeah. So is there any?
So that's
Is there
what I think
any?
should change.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything in regards to his grabs that you would change as well? Because I think you mentioned this before.
What was that? So I didn't quite catch the start of that question.
Would you do anything to his grabs, essentially? Because I think I remember you mentioning
yeah, they need to go.
something previously. Okay, just straight up. They need to go.
Sorry. I've not even
he
talked
gets
about his stupid ass ring out game, have I?
like,
Really?
off of grabs. He gets 50/50s
Yeah.
off of curses. Like, it's insane
That's
the
the
amount
other
of utility
thing that
he
needs to
has.
change, yeah. Sorry, guys, for not mentioning that sooner. Yeah, he needs to not have the front throw reverse ring out 6A plus GB. That needs to, like, let it wall splat. That's not too bad, but not ring out.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
grabs are
it's
50/50s as it is, but the fact that he gets RROs from
Yeah.
front and back grabs is pretty
from
insane.
both. You have to guess, and then he has, you know, normal hit mids that send behind him, counter hit moves that send behind him. 4B, you may have noticed I used it a lot in that set. Zaz's
Mhm.
4B, it's that little quick I-16 poke, and on counter hit, I get that huge counter hit combo,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that's off a I-16 safe move that I get that combo or reverse ring out off of that.
Zas, why are you the way you are?
And sometimes it distracts you anyway. Well, it doesn't do it doesn't do the full. It only launches on counter hit, but still, like, even if you was to read it, sometimes it doesn't care anyway, which is the absolute worst thing about it. I can't stand it. You know when I win like that, it's a pain. It's
Yeah,
infuriating.
definitely.
I think,
I think-
guys, Andyroo's definitely got to take the medal for the humblest of Zas players. I think out of
100%.
everything, you definitely get that.
You can see it, man. You see it happen. Like, don't worry, guys. Like, whenever I play you and do the stupid track, I see it. I don't just go, "Oh, I'm winning. I know
He
what
dies
I'm
a little bit inside.
really." Yeah, I do. I'm there like, oh, yep, I should have got hit there. Okay, thanks, game. Thanks, Az. Yeah, I do get that feeling a lot. So yeah, the reverse ring out needs to go. I'd quite like it as well because you could still ring out with his back grab. So that means you'd always need to break the back grab, and then I can go for 6A plus GK to get a curse, which is a really cool
Yeah.
little like mind game you could make with Zaz. It's not broken. You're not going to die. You're not dead, unlike you can, unlike you are at the moment. But it'll be a nice new way to get curses on. You know, because they have to break for once. That's the only position where they really need to break the reverse throw. So it's still going to prove useful and still going to be a good position for him. But yeah,
I think
it shouldn't just be a
Milo's
death
made
like
a
that.
really good point in chat, is that RP is probably going to be fuming that you're giving the secrets here.
See, well,
Well, I think he's probably
everyone knows
fuming
this
because he's
shit.
not been called the most humble.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there are
most of the
definite
people
changes.
have this opinion, don't you? To be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, is that only most, not all people. I think we just
Yeah.
need to show people this VOD constantly. Send it to Okubo.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd have a wonderful
I was
time.
just guessing right. Like, I could have guessed wrong, guys, and died. So that's why
Yeah,
Zaz
exactly.
is not top 5.
Just learn the matchup, bro.
CE,
So kind of
oh, but
moving
you just
on-
stepped it. Why did you get hit by CE? Why didn't you just step? What's wrong with you? Why didn't you just step versus
I know.
Zas?
Step against Zaz.
Yeah.
Turning into a
Please.
very salty stream.
No, really. Airplane RPA, I love deep down.
Deep down.
I didn't mean to make it sound a bit weird. There is no you're cool, don't worry. But I don't think I can ever change your opinion of Zaz at this point. And you're not going to change my mind, so fuck you.
No. That's why we just need constant mirrors for like an hour. First to
To be fair, it
200.
looks like we've got a few set up. Scallywag was throwing his weight around earlier in the chat, challenging Andy to a first to 10. So I think we've got our next
Oh, he wasn't?
first to 10. Yeah,
Oh.
a couple of times actually. He said he specifically
Oh,
said, "Are
I've
you
not
ready
looked
to
at it.
lose in the mirror?"
Mm.
So there we go.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Challenge
Throwing it
accepted.
down.
Bring it. Let's do it.
So it kind of works nicely into the next question, which was main changes for season 2 that you would like to see.
What? So things that need to be changed.
Yeah, I think we can kind of go a bit personal with Zas first, but then if you have any kind of general thoughts on what you think needs to be changed.
Just that stuff I said. The reverse bring out throws, the tracking, the curse combos are kind of silly. CE is still kind of dumb. So there's that. But it's after playing with it a little bit, I am using 6 CE more than regular CE. Well, I'm trying to. It's still in muscle memory, I still keep doing. Yeah, that's right. So even if I whiff it or it gets blocked, it kind of acts like the old CE, but it doesn't do highs anymore. But that's a really good enough trade-off to still get curses on block, still be a stupid move for what it can still do, and all of that. So.
And that's actually just worth saying really quickly, guys, if you don't know. Zas's normal CE or his 6 CE now loses to high attacks. So that's going to add a new layer to that matchup.
Yeah, when he hasn't got curses on. So he can choose to keep doing the curseless version, 6 CE, or he can risk losing the curse and kind of have his old CE with, depending on the curses, a bit more of a damage buff, guard, healing a little bit, and a reverse impact for 3 curses, which I think I've only used once. It sounds really dumb and broken, doesn't it? But it's a big gamble, because if it does get whiff punished, if it does actually get, it's still at the end of the world if it doesn't. But you've lost meter and you've lost all your curses.
Yeah.
So that's two combat mechanics gone. So that's why if I was to whiff 6 CE, if I got beat out by highs or launched, then if I'm not dead, then at least they've still got a curse that I can try and work with and turn it around.
Yeah, and in a way it was kind of sensible, I think, how they balanced CE. I'm really happy with the changes that they made to Zas's CE, and it kind of discourages you to use it in certain situations. It feels like that's exactly what they were going for. You really have to choose, is this the right situation to use it or not? Do I want to risk it?
It is better. It's why I didn't mention it first. It's still a really strong move. Like, most of the time you'll press it and you'll be fine. But I'm someone who really tries to optimize the curse aspect to him, because obviously, like I say, what makes him turn from a really strong character to a OP, almost an OP character is because when you've got the access to the 1B normal hit low, more damage, ring outs, that's when, so you don't really want to take away from that, and you're going to be doing that if you mess up your CE. So it's still something I'm working on. I still just press normal CE at times, and I go, oh damn it, I actually kind of wanted to press 6 CE. There's a lot of muscle memory that I'm still working on there. But.
So can you talk us through, so we've talked about CE, what are the other changes that Zas has got in Season 2?
Don't know if you've seen my new whiff punisher I've been trying to use a bit more, which was 6BK. That gives a 6K
it gives a
on
curse
normal
on hit now,
Yeah. That is been liking that as a whiff punisher, because it's a good range and still 52 damage and a curse. Still very close to my optimal curse whiff punisher, which is, it's still 6B plus KA 6. That's still 60 damage and a curse, but for 2 frames faster and a bit more range, I have this one that's only like 8 less damage. So I've been kind of using that one for more, consistent. So I think that's something that Zas players need to implement. I don't see enough of them do it. I really don't. Like, being at a distance and making the threat of whiffs even more scary and setting up, choosing to go for like that instead of just your standard 2/2. like at least at the start of the round. So I think that's a good. It's now made even easier, basically, to get a whiff punish with the curse. So do it. It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good. It's a good thing. So that's probably one change.
Because
I
he
won't go through all of them.
definitely needed more opportunities to get
Yeah,
curses. Ah, he
yeah,
definitely
we
needed
did.
that.
He needed it to be easy. Yeah, yeah. I know. And I want to talk about his soul attack a little bit, if
Mm.
that's all right,
Yeah,
Do it.
you've
because
used
there's a
it a
bit
few
of
times throughout the set, and there were a couple of times where
yeah.
I
What
questioned, was
how
that the right
effective?
use of meter?
Mm, yeah. What did you guys think when I used it? Did you think I was like, um, did you think it paid off most of the time, or?
I think soul attack in general is a it's a really good
Mm,
mechanic to get into soul charge without a pushback and to get some free damage, but Zasa's doesn't seem to do what the rest of his kit does. Like
no.
I kind of don't know if you have curses and you get into a soul attack, can you then follow up with a 1BB, for example, and get a free curse, or can it still be blocked?
So he can time stop at the end of his soul attack, but the scaling on it is kind of really bad, to a point
Oh, okay.
where yeah, like if you're doing it in air combos, it's not worth it whatsoever, especially with more than one. Like you get your combo from launch 46BB with 2 cursors into 2A plus B into your 90 damage. Like it doesn't even do
Right,
that much.
okay.
The soul attack time stop. So the soul attack times is uses are very situational. Like with one curse, I never did it. I wish I did, but there's a whiff punisher, because if I hit you normal hit with one curse with it, I Azaz goes back turned, and I get a free back turn B plus, and that's really good for right side ring outs. So I could get like a really hype dirty whiff punish
I
with one
see.
curse, and that's worth it because meter and curse to get the round, so that's good. But the only other kind of broken application that's apparently getting fixed anyway, I'll mention it briefly, is when you block his soul attack and you have 3 curse, he's plus 20 and back turned, and right now you get a free guaranteed back turn 2k.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
remember you were mentioning this
yeah,
before as well.
yeah, they can't block that at all, so you get that free hit into 30 damage, or you can use it for like a a guard break setup, and
Yeah.
that is apparently getting adjusted in the new patch, but
I
kind of
have a
a
few.
very cheap way to win.
I have a few reservations about the soul attack mechanic, because it kind of feels
Yeah.
like sometimes when you use it to offensively go into soul charge, you could have actually got more damage out of a combo and saved it for a kind of defensive get off of me. So it sometimes feels like, I don't know, is it really worth it?
Yes.
Because you don't really get much pressure off of most soul attacks.
Mm. The best extent, like this is with Zaz specifically, because I do think some have clearly got it better than others with their soul attack. Um, Zaz's one, the best I could really do is launch BK just frame soul attack, and then I have got a pretty decent mix up of B plus KB. My curse projectile,
Yeah.
where if they
Mm.
get up at all or attempt to Ukemi, then they have to block it and gets you a curse. So that's all right. And then I can mix that up with the 2A plus B. It's a bit risky. I don't think I actually hit DarthSeppius with it once, unfortunately. But if they was to stay rolling to try and avoid the projectile, then I get the ground stun 2A plus. So I'm creating a mix up, but yeah, that's kind of the extent I've really got with it. I can do Soul Charge A plus B after that situation. The big orb stuck in
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
6 on block. I think I may have did that 1 or 2 times in the set,
It does a
and
ton
that's
of chip damage as well, doesn't it?
I don't know. Did you say chip damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think eight chip damage. So that goes towards the damage loss. So that's cool. And then he's plus 6, and then because you're in Soul Charge, if they wanted to try and Soul Charge activation to get out of that pressure, then at least you resist impact as a hard read to that. But if they don't do that, then you've got the 50/50 soul charge grabs for 80 damage and off both, or the 1AB, the 37 damage I-18 horizontal low that's +4 on hit. So
in
he's
soul
got
charge, he's
mix-ups
just
that
a
he
lot
can do.
better.
He is very mix-up orientated in soul charge, and the issue with it is it's hard to set up because it's weird. It's one of those soul charges that you can try and run away from when you're when you're not in a blender, and he does kind of suffer from that if you're outside of range 3. If you're outside of the bubble, then it's a little hard for him to apply those mix-ups, and the soul attack doesn't, other than that A+B setup, it doesn't really give him access to it very well still, which was kind of disappointing. That's the number one thing I wanted from soul attack. To, like, I've got a cool proposal to change it. Like, this what would be my change to make
Okubo, hope you're listening.
Yeah, well, it's actually well, this is what I think. Like, I think it should give a curse on hit, so soul attack, but no time stop. So he can't do any weird time stop. He should just get that same knockdown, but also give a curse on hit. So then you can then try and go to set up a second one. So basically, curse accelerate off, and then you've not lost damage and Oki. You've got one free curse out of it, and you can get another one. That's my suggestion for it, because the time stop ones are a little bit.
To be honest.
No, yeah, it's not. It never was good for damage, so you might as well get something more out of it with a curse.
Yeah, for sure.
So then suboptimal Oki, and well, that's kind of it, really. but it's still I-16, and you can sort of use it as a block punisher. But as I say, the combos are a bit scaled. You're talking 50 for one curse, so bear in mind this is meter and curse you're spending, and that's why it's a bit only good for so that's why it's even more situational. And then you can combo back turn BB with 2 curses, but that combo is scaled to all hell, and it's like 70, which is okay, but still it's curses and meter. So it's a bit. So that's why people thinking it's meh, and I kind of agree with them as well. But I still like it for the somewhat better getting in soul charge pressure and curses that you can do, and the situational stuff. So it's cool that it's there, but other characters have got far better ones.
Yeah, can kind of agree with that. Well, that was really in-depth and pretty much what we wanted to get from that question. So thank you very much for answering that to the fullest as you could. We got a few more of the original questions, and then we do have a fair few from the audience. So we'll rattle off these last 2 because they can be answered fairly easily. But of course, we want you to answer it as best as you can because we all listen to you and trust your opinions.
Yeah, and then with the questions from the audience, we can just do like a quick fire at the end.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they are quite quick-fire ones, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Predictions on tier. Predictions on best and worst matchups. Where do you think that sits right now in the tier, and then on the best and worst matchups?
So, I really don't want to say confidently who is the best character right now, because it's still too soon. To know what crazy stuff we're going to find with characters that we don't see as often.
Sure.
Like, you never know. Someone might just come out of nowhere and have like this godlike tech and is nearly as broke as Aswell. Like, you never know.
So where would you put Zas? If there were no other characters and you just had to put him in a SABC, where'd you put him?
S right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He is probably top 5. That's what I want to say. I say probably just because I'm trying to take into account potential hidden bullshit we don't know yet, and then that could maybe change. But I want to be honest. I think Ivy is absolutely stupid at the moment in this patch, and Aswell is not really any different. So, so there's top 2. Mina's kind of madness, and I think Siegfried is as well. Annoyingly, it does make me sad that it's basically the same top 5 as season. It's probably the only thing I'm unhappy with, because I would have preferred it if there was a top 5, but it was completely different characters than what we've been seeing or hearing about.
Just flip it on its
Like,
head.
would it
Just
be-
make like bottom 5,
Yeah.
like Maxi, Tira, Killick. Just put them right at the top. Give them crazy stuff.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine Taki, Cervantes, Nightmare, Maxi, Grow, like your best character. Like, there's suddenly like amazing, even better than Aswell. Like, imagine that. Imagine a world like that.
One day, Andy. One day we can all dream. So predictions on best and worst matchups for Zas. Just like rattle them off. Like a few characters that you think are horrible for Zas, and some that you think that he just dominates in.
I would say Siegfried and Ivy, probably these 2 worst ones. But when I say worst, I really don't think he has a matchup where it's 7-3. So.
Well, really? So his worst
yeah,
matchups is 6-4.
Yeah, to Ivy and Siegfried, I would personally say. The rest, like pretty much most of the other really good characters are probably like 5-5s, in my opinion. And if we went the other side of the spectrum, I would say it's a 7th in Zaz's favour against Astroth. Still, although
I can see that.
I don't. I mean, he's slightly holding that back in case. I've not actually had a long set with an Astroth since season 2. I know he's an awful lot better, but I still kind of know that he is really weak to getting kneed in the face for 1 million damage for lethal hit. so I will take that. So I do think that's a 7-3 in Zaza's favor.
I did see Rakuto saying on Twitter that no one should ever get a lethal hit for punishing a whiffed throw. I kind of disagree with that, though. I think it's only Raph and Zas who can do that, to my understanding. Is that right?
And Sophie, right?
Yeah, but Zaz can 4K lethal hit Astroth's command throws because they're treated as level 1 on GI.
Ah.
So,
but even
he
still,
will get
it's
hurt.
kind of like a limited matchup thing, and characters are going to have bad matchups. Like,
yeah, I'm sure Astroth bodies some other characters. To be honest, it's just because Zaz can pull him in, piss him off with frame traps, and not being able to move. And when he tries a desperation throw, he's going to 88 damage and Oki, if I guess right. So that's why I think it's a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
That sort of side.
Specifically, throws though. There's only 3 characters, right? Sophie, Raph, and
Mina can. I don't know how much damage she does now. Mina can do while rising B+K on a whiffed throw, and there was a huge part of season 1 that she did half life off of that. I honestly don't know I don't know the damage on it now, but it's still probably good because it's Mina. But yeah, she definitely has that because she needs it, because she's a mid-range character that has hell sweeps and messes you up for loads.
We won't go too far into the Mina hate because everybody will jump on it and we won't get through the rest of the interview.
So yeah, she's kind of,
I can kind of see where you're coming from in terms of the matchups. Like, I don't really know that much about Zas matchups, but it really, like you say, doesn't feel like he has like a 9-1 against him or an 8 or an 8-2.
No,
he's just really, really
even
solid.
if it's because like there's characters that he's got really good block punishment, like Sophitia, for instance, and there's like a few moves that you have to kind of reconsider. Like Zaz 668 is actually is arguably not even against Sophitia because she gets a full stab just for him.
Yeah.
So there's a few move adjustments, but he's still got 3A series, A6, which is I14 horizontal mid poke, like 1A horizontal low, I18. Like he can still stop her moving, and Zaz has got moves that can push her away and make her have to come to Zaz all the time. Like he can just Sophitia play his game probably just as much as Sophitia can play hers. I'd probably say it's a 5-5. But that's the thing. Like short range character, I know a lot of people aren't can struggle with their close-up pressure. But Zaz has still got a normal 2A counter hit, lethal hit 6k, CE, phone crouch 3k, which is -2 on block, curse on hit. And you just use movement and making them stay to deal with those matchups. And then you make them play your game because you can space them out and condition them to not want to move still. Just because he's fast enough to compete with those characters. Raphael's a bit of an awkward one. I'll just quickly mention him because him with his I-6B can make Zaz have to play a little differently, but you just have to adjust to it. Because a lot of Zaz's situations on hit or on block are +4, and Zaz likes to keep you still or use 3A, which is I-16, 1B I-16, 4-6B I-16, and because it's +4, that's only basically I-12, and RAF 6B could just not give a shit and counter hit you for that. So you just have to change from doing those moves to sidestep. So you kind of have to approach it a bit differently. But then RAF can say, "Oh, I get a bit more free reign because he's not pressing those buttons, so I can do my thing." So I think that one is another sort of weird mind game matchup where if one's making the right reads on the other, I think it's a 5-5. Raf has also got a really okay. He hasn't got a bad ring out game. He's mainly got it in soul charge. Raf really likes walls.
He really does.
Zaz is all right with walls. Raf's ring outs are really inconsistent, and we all know how Zaz's ring outs are. So
way too consistent.
So that's a bit of a. I think when it's a stage, like a small or no walls or ring outs, then you could probably argue Zaz's favour in some situations. But that's my take on him.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So finally, finally, the final question of the main questions. Because we've just had season 2, we've had a big influx of new players on all platforms. I mean, I can't count how many times I've been faced with a Sprout or a G rank in ranks at the moment.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Someone did a upload on Twitter of how many people were playing on PC for the start of season 2, and it was like 1,500, and that was just at one point in time.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for playing. We need more of you. Bring your friends and your family. Make them play SoulCalibur 6, please. And your exactly. Teach your dog to play SoulCalibur 6.
I'm already teaching
to play
as
well.
Guys.
It's fine. They can all pick as well, and you're competitively good at the game. Good job.
Oh god, please no, don't do that. So yeah, anyway, the actual question was, what's your number one tip for new players? Your number one tip, and it can't be pick as well.
Damn, I'm out of options now. No, I'd want to say get to know your local area of players, because if you get the game and you play online and nobody really speaks to each other, you don't message anybody, and you just kind of watch tournaments and stuff, there's not that much interaction and discussion with other players. Like talking with higher level players can really sort of help you understand what's important in the game, I think. So, and especially like a local scene, like being able to have like a regular sparring partner, especially if you're both getting better, you can kind of keep sparring with each other and improving. But I guess I could also add on the end of that, don't take losses like you're bad at the game. It's all an improved loop where even if you're losing against certain people or characters online, like it's all an improvement process, and there are people who to be able to help you and get to know your local scene, so you can kind of meet up maybe eventually down the line. I'm not advising you to meet total strangers straight away, but like at least talking to them on online and trying get some sets in. Like if you're in the UK, for instance, hopefully you found your way to get onto the UK Discord, and there is loads of us more than happy to answer your question and answer, like you may have about the game. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So don't take losses too bad, and find your local scene and play good players, and they'll tell you about the game. And be open-minded because they know what they're talking.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got a few quick-fire questions. Dan, if I miss any, let me know. I
Yeah, I'll let
probably
you know.
missed like a ton of them. But maybe if you give like one sentence answer, and we'll try and
Sure.
push out as many as we can. So from Arpia, what's your favorite new move?
I would have to say I've not even been using all of them that much, to be honest. Because I'm still kind of working into using them optimally in certain spots, and I kind of know how to use his old toolkit better than his new ones for some stuff. But I really didn't use it enough in the set against DarthSeppius. But I think Arpin can agree. 214B plus K. It's this new move that Zaz has. I-20 starts high, then goes special mid, and it jails.
And
Yeah,
second hit's a break attack, guys, and it's +4 on block,
and
guys.
Yeah, and if it hits, it's a curse. Well, it's +12, so you can get a 6k curse. That is a very good move against defensive opponents. Oh, I forgot to mention that when I was on about all of Zaz's tools to deal with blocking opponents when you've conditioned them to not move, and that's definitely a really strong tool. So probably that move.
I was labbing that move the other day, but I did realize afterwards, you guys told me that you can step the first hit, which is good, but
yeah, it is a high horizontal. No, it's not. It's a high vertical. Sorry, even though it's basically a horizontal because it's Zaz. Yeah.
Who knows?
I
Might
have
try and step
already
it.
had that.
You've already had it happen with that move. 214B plus K.
Yeah, that has happened. Probably, like it's more the second hit. It's more the second hit. Like even if they, yeah, I'll probably get that at some point. But you'll probably duck, and if you're stepping to Zaz's right, then that second hit can clip you if it feels like it.
Shocking.
Beautiful.
Shocking, guys. Shocking.
Yeah. So it's got some BS to it, but it's a really strong spammable move that is probably his best move. New move.
So there was one that you did miss, Red Bean, so I'll just answer it after.
Yeah, no worries. We had a question from Milo's. Are you ready to lose to him?
I need to lab Killick, man. Yeah. Until then, I still don't know the full extent of his new kit, so I'm gonna have to get labbing him. Definitely. I'll be honest.
He is asking another question, but I'm not gonna ask that on stream.
Do not sully the champion's ears with such questions.
Yeah, exactly. You guys can sort that one out in a Discord chat afterwards. We had a question from Nashley about grow. Do you plan on using more grow in season 2? And if not, are there any other characters who you're thinking of picking up as a second?
I haven't got a secondary right now. I kind of. This is going to sound sad. Yes, I did use grow a little bit in against Milo's unsuccessfully twice, and I used him a bit online as well. He was fun for a little bit, but I just kind of got a bit bored of him, to be honest.
Yes.
And Zaz is way more interesting, but I haven't got a secondary. I'm really holding out to know what these last 2 season 2 characters are going to be.
Setsuko and Yun.
Setsuko and Hang, did you say?
No, I said Yun, Red Bean.
Young Sun.
Yun,
Fair enough.
Yun Sung, not Huang. Huang is a vacuum.
So if Zwei by miracle already comes in, then
actually,
you guys know by default I'll be.
That was one of the questions. Tapioca King wanted to know is it Zwei or Zwei?
Zwei.
Zwei.
It's number 2 in German.
It's a German name, isn't it?
Zwei.
Yeah, there we
go. His dog is called Drei or Ein?
Ein.
I can't remember. Ein, yeah.
So Tapioca King wants to know if Zwei was in the game, what kind of moves would you want him to have? Well,
Viable moves.
actually, to correct myself, his first question was, "Are you looking forward to losing when Zwei comes out?" But his second question was,
Oh,
"What would you want him to have?"
man, if I have to at least somewhat think with that character, I'm gonna love it again. I miss having to think to not get stupid wins. Like, it's weird. I've gone full circle with that one too, because what I really liked about him in SoulCalibur 5 that he was really bad, but when I did manage to win, it felt super duper rewarding. Like, it's why I had no
Yeah.
cheapness really, so it felt, and that obviously definitely helped shape me up to where I am today with how to value applications of moves. So if he hears, I am not going to shoot myself in the foot though. If he's absolutely still dog crap, I will just have him as a secondary.
No, we're going to force you to play him. Force you to play Zwei.
Absolutely bad. But no, even if Zwei was Tira or Servi from the very first version of SoulCalibur 6, I probably would be using him, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. Like, it can't possibly be worse than that. Like, compared to what we've seen in SoulCalibur 6. So more than likely, I will be using Zwei. I even got a Zwei Discord and signed a Zwei pension. That's still there.
Get him dedicated, ready for him to come out. The final question that I've got is, if you were going to teach someone season 2, what would be the first characters and mechanics that you would focus on?
Probably just basic pokes and how movement works and simple moves. So probably somebody simple like Grow or Sophitia, or maybe somebody like, I guess Yoshi's. It's a bit harder outside of his hell sweep, isn't it? So probably like Grow or Sophitia, like someone with nice decent moves, and you don't overcomplicate yourself with some of the mechanics that other characters have, and you just kind of work on those fundamentals on where to use them, how they know your basic frames, and then learn the value of mix attacking and guard impact, and a bit of reversal edge if you're in a pickle, but like not overusing it because it's a bit risky. But I wouldn't recommend resist impact yet. Wait till that's a bit better in general. It's not. I don't think it's the greatest thing just yet. But learn your character's lethal hits as well is probably the last point, because when you go on the move list, it gives you a very good idea on how you're supposed to use that move. You know, to get the lethal hits. So look at how you land them, and then think, how can I get them in a fight?
Yeah, and I guess lethal hits tell you a little bit about how to use a character generally as well.
Yeah, basically the point, I was trying to make. Yeah, so lethal hits, learning the importance of GI and not GIing, and basic characters to start off with, and then when you're feeling more up for learning some extra stuff to think about, then you could be someone like Amy or Zaz or Maxi, someone with a little more stuff you have to think and know to play him good.
Awesome. Dan, did you have any questions that I missed?
Yeah, there were a couple. So the first one that I managed to get down was, what matchup scares you the most in season 2? And that was from B Boyski Zoo in the chat from earlier.
That's a really good one.
Yo, hello. Hello, Skizu. Hello. So I would say I get pure like anxiety when I fight as well. Like, I just hate that.
I mean, you ain't alone in that one, Andy, believe me.
Be careful.
Yeah, man, just him. Like, I get when I see him on that character screen on ranked match, I'm like, oh fucking hell. This player is automatically 10 times stronger than he already is, just because it's Aswell I'm fighting against. It just annoys me. like no offense to Aswell players, there are some very strong, notable ones, absolutely. But let's be honest, there is a good chunk of, probably not the ones who are top, of course, but other Aswells that, no offense, he kind of carries you a bit like Zaz carries me.
We're just being real. It's just real talk hours.
It's just too good.
All right,
Fuck that
SoulCal
guy.
after dark, just
Yeah.
dropping truth bombs.
Yeah, man, sorry. That's my honest opinion of him. Not pissing anyone off or calling
Yeah.
anybody bad, but I basically am because fuck that. So as well gives me anxiety, but I think Ivy is going to be a pain in the ass to fight, and Siegfried doesn't seem fun either. Even though they're only 6/4s, but still, they're just kind of wacky at the moment. And the Zaz mirrors, I hate them, you know. Man,
Most mirrors are
they're not-
kind of dull.
Yeah, like I do quite like fighting Scallywag in Zaz mirrors. He's definitely an underrated player, in my opinion. He's got very good fundamental skills. I hope you guys will be able to see it for yourselves
Well,
if he does
challenged
get on
you,
one of these
so
first attempts. I know, yeah.
We've got all our
We've played a
our
lot.
dates, you know, packed out for
Yeah, man.
2019, but 2020, Scally versus
So I wanna give
Andy.
a
Let's go.
Yeah, like he is. Like I really hope he can get to some offlines in 2020, and sort of we kind of hear from him more because he's a really sound guy, and he's got fundamental knowledge about the game quite high in my opinion than most players. Like he's still working on some things himself, some habits. He can't play the game a whole lot right now, but I can see it. You know when you play somebody and you're like, damn, this guy, he's got some potential here. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
I definitely get that from him, big time. What was the question
Sweet.
again? Did he answer it? I forgot.
Yeah, you answered it. As
cool.
well, basically. So, just before I move on to the last question, Andy has mentioned offline stuff a bunch of times. If you're in the UK, especially if you're in London, go to Meltdown on Sunday.
Yes.
Please
Oh, yeah, do that.
I
By the way, I'm coming to that.
yeah,
Oh, you
Andy's
on
going
Sunday?
to that.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm
Confirmed,
trying
bro.
to be able to get down, but work isn't letting me off, unfortunately. But a lot of UK players are going to be there. A lot of elf people are going to be there as well, from what I understand. So
Yeah, Neon's going. I'm
definitely,
gonna be there.
yeah, exactly. So definitely
Hell yeah,
head
can't wait to
down
play
to
them.
Meltdown. Everybody line up and just try and beat Andy. And if you do, he gives you his Matcherino winnings tonight.
Your country needs you guys.
Play.
Come to Meltdown.
Play.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody play me. I need to learn matchups. This is exactly why I'm coming. I need to face the new Talon bullshit, the new Killick bullshit. Bring it all on.
New nightmare. Oh wait.
He's throwing it down.
Yeah.
He wants all the bullshit. All right. Final question. If you do you think we'll see a lot of Zasses in top 8s, or will he be rare because of the top players don't know how to play him yet? And that's from Habadulba.
Yeah, I think that's the case, man. I don't know why, but other than John Nitty and Omega DR, and there's a couple of other relatively decent Zaz players in the US, but we don't actually kind of see them in their tournaments. But
Yeah.
other than that, like there isn't that much people using him. I hope that changes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really weird.
I've been really trying to. Yeah, he's so good, but again, it just requires that extra bit of when they know how to deal with Zaz. It is you have to think a bit more, and I hope that's something that people like in a character. Such good conditioning and staying still and doing that stuff. And I don't know why, because I don't hold any tech back. I let it all out. I say, yep, this character's done. This is what he can do. I've done a whole entire move list breakdown in my Zaz cord from how to use every goddamn move that he has. Like I don't hold anything back with Zaz. I don't know whether it's me not explaining things optimally or people just don't. I don't know. Like Zaz is dumb and he needs to be played more. But I don't know unless somebody rolls up with him who is now switched to Zaz and we kind of see how bully is.
Yeah.
And then that would be cool, but until then, I guess that just makes it more easier for me to say, yeah, come fight me for Zaz play, Mega DR talking about you.
Calling Omega DR out.
Yeah, let's go at some point.
Wanna
I'd
learn.
like to do that.
I wanna learn.
Yeah,
I
wanna learn. Yeah, that's my facade. Yeah, so that's what I would say. So hopefully, yes, but I don't know. People was ignorant about him now, and I don't see it changing.
Yeah, agreed. So that's all the questions that I have on this WordPad document.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andy, for
Thanks,
participating in the
guys.
first to 10, and obviously to DarthSeppius as well.
Yeah,
It's really
man.
great that we've been able
Again, shout
to
outs
get
to
this
him.
going. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
ruled off. Shout out to him. By the way, I also, while I'm here, want to say DarthSeppius is the coolest guy ever. He, when I was going to Battle of Destiny a few months back, he and his wife let me stay over at his place for the night and cooked me loads of like really awesome Italian food. You know, gave me full awesome hospitality. So you know that guy is
Yeah.
an absolute legend. He is
Shouts to
is such a nice
DarthSep.
person as. So you rule, man. And once again, good games. Fuck Zaz, don't worry. There was some stupid tracking. I'm sorry. Fuck Zaz again.
Yeah. Every scene's got
You're the
like that
best.
one super nice guy, and our guy's definitely DarthSeppius. And our villain, Milo's, is trying to be our villain in chat. Um, um, so yeah, thanks so much, guys, and Dan for commentating. Please follow Dan on Twitter at Danarai, Twitch, and he also streams as well, so you can find his stream details there. So thanks, guys. So everyone, I've got some great things to announce, but only one at a time. Only one at a time. We've got another first to 10 that's going to take place on the 17th of December. Not going to tell you any details, but we've got two fantastic players lined up. I will tell you their characters though, so you can guess who's playing. We've got a Zas player versus a Talon player. So I'll leave that to you to kind of guess who we've got lined up for you. Milo's is like, ooh, I wonder, I wonder who that is. Couldn't possibly guess who that is. Ch- so so we got that taking place on the 17th of December. But actually, next week we've got something fun for you. This is what we have for you next week. Ivy character tutorial with Holycarp. Now, this is going to be a special one because first of all, fuck Ivy. And if you want to learn how to fight this character, this is going to be the event for you. So Holycarp has very kindly giving his time to do a character tutorial next week. So that's going to take place on Tuesday the 10th of December, 8:30 p.m. GMT. And then of course on the following week on the 17th, we've got our first to 10 with a Zas player versus a Talon player, and those are going to be our final two events for the year. But guys, that's it for now. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been great to have you guys, and really happy we've been able to get this going, get this started, got the community popping. Thanks to everyone who's played, commentated. So yeah, we'll see you next week with Holycarp's Ivy tutorial. But for now, peace out.